There are officially only 5 months left until the start of the GCSE exams for 2024. I didn't do that well during my mock, but what I did between the mock exams and my actual exams were what changed me and completely flipped my outcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about 5 of the most effective techniques that I added into my revision.
I'm excited to bring this video to you in partnership with Pearson and Pearson Revise, the exam experts.
And I used this in my GCSE, I used it in my A-level, and I even used these techniques at university as well. These techniques are all research backed, so they are shown by research to be effective to help you memorize, but also help you bring out that information in the exam when you actually need it the most. Okay, so the first technique is get rid of your highlighters. I know they're really pretty, but just ditch them. You don't need to be highlighting text aimlessly. What you do need to be doing is using worked examples and using actual exam questions as soon as possible. Research has shown that aimlessly highlighting text is one of the most useless ways of studying and the least effective ways of studying. So what you do want to be doing is using worked examples. So that means examples where there's a question and you can actually see the breakdown of the answer. To help you with this, let's take a look at Pearson Revise's new online platform that has not only ebooks and worked examples, but also quizzes, knowledge checks, and even a personalized revision planner. So this is the Pearson Revise online platform, and what you can see here is you can add the subjects that you are studying, and it's also specific to your exam board. So for example, I can go to maths and I can choose maths higher, foundation, stats, but also if your exam board is AQA, then you can select those instead. So to help me access some worked examples, what you can do is you can open the ebook. Now this ebook is broken down into different topics and different subsections, and as you can see here straight away, we're looking at a topic of factors and primes. You can see the worked example broken down. Here it's 3 marks, and the question is exactly as it will be given in the exam. So the exam questions usually say express this number as a product of powers of its prime factors. So you can see how it's broken it down. It's circled the prime numbers at the end, which is where the answers are, and that's good to go. And then it's giving you the actual expression at the end here too. So this is where the 3 mark comes from. And there's also an examiner's report here giving you a bit more information about previous exams and how it went. And just to remind you, there's another point here in this yellow box which breaks down and further expands on what HCF is, and again goes to what LCM is, because they are related topics. So what you're doing is you're not just learning the information, but you're applying that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. By the end of this, you should feel really confident in your knowledge and being able to apply it to this particular topic. You can also revise using the multiple choice questions. So here I can go to number, let's go to factors and primes, and there's a quick multiple choice test. So we can say start the test, and here there are a few questions that really check and consolidate the fact that you've actually learned this information. They give me a hint to explain why it might be incorrect. Again, I'm probably going to be incorrect again. Again gives me another answer and another hint to say why it's incorrect. And again, another hint. And it's given me not just a blanket statement, but also an example saying, remember this. Remember that you learned this, and relating it to previous knowledge. And I've got them all wrong, which means I'm not confident in this topic and I need to come back to this again. And it gives you a kind of summary here, tells you when you last took it, how many attempts you've had, and this allows you to build a really good schedule for your revision, identifying what topics you are good at and not good at. And it's constantly testing your knowledge, which is really what you want to get to those top grades. The second thing, and this is actually one of the most powerful things I'm going to mention today, is building a revision schedule. If you've watched any of my GCSE A-level content here on my channel, you'll know that I'm always speaking about building a good revision timetable for yourself. It not only means that you're being organized, it means that you're able to dictate what you do during your weekend, during your day, during your half term or your holidays. It also means that you have some sort of consistency over your day. It's so much more efficient and effective to be consistent over a set amount of time than to do last minute cramming. So on Pearson Revise, you're also able to build your own revision planner. So let's take a look at how you can do this. And I absolutely love this, by the way. I think this is so cool, and I haven't seen anything like this anywhere else. So here you can see that there are different days. Today is Tuesday the 28th. So this is today. What you can do is you can add different sessions. So for example, I'm going to add maths. Let's add maths higher. This is medium priority. I want to do 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, I'll just have a drink. And I want to repeat this every other day because maths is one of my core subjects. So it's something that I want to make sure I'm going through every single day. So you can very clearly see that it's now in my timetable. Let's add another subject. Let's go for my humanities subject. I'm doing geography A. This is also really important for me. Going to do 30 minutes, and I think I'm going to go for snack, and I want to do it twice a week, so let's just add that into my timetable as well. So you can really clearly see that you can build a really good schedule for yourself, and you can even shuffle things around as well and view the subject. You can actually go to the subject itself or mark it as complete. You can even add a reward as well, which is really cool. So if you want to help yourself achieve your goal, you can add a reward, play a game, or whatever, call a friend, speak to someone. And then you can print and download it, which means that it's able to be stuck on your wall, or give it to your parent, or give it to someone who you feel like you want to have accountability with. I absolutely love this. I love how interactive it is, and I love how you're able to really not only just revise and study on the platform, but you can also build yourself a nice planner that actually is quite aesthetically pleasing as well. So I like that. One of the biggest barriers to reaching top grades is just focusing on the easy subjects and the subjects that you are most comfortable with, or the topics within subjects that you're most comfortable with. And one way of identifying which topics you struggle with is by running a knowledge test. Now, on Pearson Revise's online platform, what you can do is you can start a knowledge check. And what this does is it checks your knowledge within a specific subsection of your subject, and then it will tell you what you need to focus on, what you're more confident on, and where you need to really hone in on your revision. So for example, here as a top priority, I have standard form, which is a hot topic. And standard form is a topic that forms the foundation of lots of other questions. So it's a good topic to really be confident in. And then there are tricky. So these are questions that are usually found difficult by students, and then revise and reinforce. And then there are just other general topics that you need to revise on. This is such an amazing list, and this is, as a student, a really good way of you to get a very personalized and tailored view of subjects that you need to focus more on. If you're just focusing on the topics that you are confident in, then that isn't necessarily the best way of you being able to get to the next level or being able to really push yourself further. Okay, the next one's a secret. You can't tell anyone this, but the examiner's reports are honestly a massive untapped resource that most students don't look at or don't even know about. And in Pearson Revise's ebook, what you can see is there's a section here that says examiner's reports. And what it states is the different areas that students have struggled with in the past, so weaknesses and strengths. So for example, here it says that on the non-calculator paper, students often lose marks on basic arithmetic, learn your times tables, check your working, be prepared. And so these are reports by the examiner from previous years, and it's kind of sprinkled in within every single subsection, and you can get a really good idea and a directive answer on how to work out your answer, but not only that, but also how to show your answer to for the examiner. So this is excellent. I love this part. One of my personal life hacks is to use flashcards for everything. I used to use flashcards all the time as a GCSE student, and it's really helpful, especially when you are on the go. The thing that students think is it takes time to create, like, is it worth it? But it is truly an investment on your time. So a little hack that I would do is I would look at a revision guide. So for example, I would look at the Pearson ebooks, and you'll see like a summary on each of the pages, and I would use that summary as the information for my flashcard. You can also work smarter, not harder, if you want to bypass this little flashcard making session. You can buy the Pearson Revises revision cards for your subject, and they include all the information that you need in one go, and it does make it a little bit quicker for you, so that's also an option too. My last technique is to use visual aids as much as you can and recognize what your learning style is. You are most likely a visual learner. Research shows that 65% of us are actually visual learners, so we are the majority of learning types. But most of us don't use visual aids when it comes to learning. We usually just kind of try to memorize text and information, which means we're doing ourselves a learning disservice. One thing that I love about Pearson's ebooks is that they are so visually beautiful to look at. But not just that, they're actually quite helpful, and they're not overly crammed, they're clear to look at, and the images that you see from their guides, these are actually really nice diagrams that if you had a long essay question, or you had a question where you wanted to present your answer using a diagram, you could use a diagram, and one of these diagrams would be a perfect example to use if you were to label it and show it exactly as it is. As you guys know, I've mentioned Pearson on this channel a number of times. It's actually such a dream collaboration. I'm actually so excited to bring Pearson Revise's new online platform to you guys, and it's going to be so helpful, and if you do use it, do let me know. For students, the subscription is only £2.50 a month or £19.99 for the whole year. So it's super accessible, and it means that lots of you can actually access it and use it to your benefit. Or if you want to just try it for 7 days, then you can do a 7-day trial with no commitment and use it for free, and then trust me, you'll be hooked and you'll definitely want to keep it for longer. If you are a teacher and you want to get access to Pearson Revise's online platform for all of your students, then your school can get access for £399 for the whole year, and that's access for all of your students. I'll have the link in the description down below, so go and click there to get access if you're a student or if you're a teacher. And I genuinely think you guys are going to really enjoy this platform. Do let me know if you are planning on getting the online subscription for Pearson. If you're not, then I do think you'll be missing out. Good luck with your GCSE exams and revision in the next months to come, and I'll see you guys in my next video.